There are moments when you're reading the Bible not casually, not out of routine, but really reading, and something just clicks so hard it feels like the room goes silent. For me, Psalm 22 was one of those moments. I read it before, I heard it before, but one night reading it as a follower of Christ, not as a skeptic, not as tradition, but as someone genuinely seeking the truth, it hit me. This psalm shouldn't exist because Psalm 22 describes the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in graphic, emotional, physical detail, 1,000 years before the crucifixion was even invented. Tonight we're going to slow down. We're going to walk line by line through Psalms 22, and we're going to place it side by side with the gospel accounts. And we're going to ask the question that shattered my skepticism. How could David describe a Roman execution centuries before Rome? Psalms 22 is attributed to King David, not as a prophet in the traditional sense, not someone claiming visions of the future, a warrior, a king, a poet, a deeply emotional man who wrote from pain, fear, and worship. David lived around 1000 BC. Crucifixion, not Jewish, not practiced in Israel, not even conceptualized yet. Execution methods in David's time were stoning, beheading, or burning. And yet, Psalm 22 describes death by crucifixion with surgical precision. My God, why have you forsaken me? These are not just David's words. They were spoken verbatim by Jesus while hanging on the cross in Matthew 27:46. This wasn't accidental. In Jewish culture, quoting the first line of a psalm was a way of pointing listeners to the entire psalm. Jesus wasn't just expressing anguish, he was saying, this psalm, it's happening right now. All who sees me mocks me. They hurl insults, shaking their heads. He trusts in the Lord, they say. Let the Lord rescue him. Now compare that to the crucifixion accounts. He saved others, but he cannot save himself. Let God rescue him now if he wants him. Same insults, same tone, same cruelty. David wasn't describing his life here. He was describing the cross. I'm poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart has turned to wax. It is melted within me. My mouth is dried up like potsherd, and my tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth. This is medically accurate crucifixion trauma. Dislocated joints from hanging, dehydration, cardiac distress, suffocation. Jesus later says, I thirst. Not poetic coincidence, physiological fulfillment. They pierce my hands and my feet. Let that sink in. No stoning, no sword, no arrows. Piercing hands and feet. Crucifixion. Written a millennium before it existed. There's no metaphor here that fits David's life. There's only one event in human history where this makes sense. Many bulls surround me, strong bulls of Bashan encircle me, roaring lions that tear their prey open, their mouths wide against me. Bulls of Bashan symbolize strength, brutality, and domination. Rome, soldiers, executioners. David uses imagery, but the meaning is unmistakable. They divided my clothes among them and cast lots for my garment. Roman soldiers literally gambled for Jesus' clothing. Not symbolic, not spiritualized, historically documented. This psalm doesn't just predict the death, it predicts what happens beneath the cross. Psalms 22 doesn't end in despair, it turns. He has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one. He has not hidden his face from him, but has listened for his cry for help. This is resurrection language, victory after suffering, vindication after silence, and life after death. Jesus didn't quote Psalm 22 because he was losing hope. He quoted it because he was fulfilling it. This wasn't vague prophecy. This wasn't symbolic imagery stretched to fit. This was specific, chronological, historically aligned, medically accurate, culturally impossible to fabricate. Psalms 22 didn't just predict the cross, it stood at the foot of it 1,000 years earlier. And that's when it hit me. This book isn't reacting to history, it's revealing it before it happens. If you've ever wondered whether the Bible is real, if you've ever doubted whether Jesus was who he said he was, if you ever needed proof that God exists outside of time, set with Psalm 22. Read it slowly and read it honestly. Read it beside the Gospels, because some truths don't shout. They wait patiently for the moment when you're finally ready to see them. And when you do, there's no going back. Have a good day, guys.